We have made progress, but clearly this is not enough. DepEd is committed to working with the Department of Public Works and Highways to improve proper coordination and the special allotment release order request process so that we can build more and build faster. Infrastructure, however, is not limited to concrete walls. We recognize that technology plays a huge role in improving education. With that, we have also prioritized the provision of internet connectivity in our schools. Currently, 25 schools have been chosen to be part of the proof of concept being conducted by Starlink. On top of this, 305 schools have been given fiber internet connectivity, while satellites have been delivered to 2,000 public schools nationwide. As we continue to pursue ICT-assisted learning, we are also continuously providing e-classroom packages, laptop packages, and digital literacy training to improve learning, teaching, and learning outcomes. To date, the department has procured 4,067 e-learning card packages, 337 smart TV packages, 2,366 teaching packages, and 3,161 non-teaching packages. In total, we will be distributing 8.2 billion peso worth of laptops, smart TVs, external hard drives, wireless routers, and charging cards to 2,455 school districts across the country. As we always say, improving the quality of education requires a whole-of-nation approach. To this end, we recognize the invaluable contribution of the private sector. Last month, we laid down the public and private education complementarity framework to create a collaborative environment for the public and private sectors to expand access to quality education. We have initiated the regular conduct of quarterly meetings with private school organizations to discuss issues and concerns. Through our GASPE program, we have assisted over 2 million private high school students for the current school year to ease congestion in our public schools. We are also consistently supporting our learners enrolled in private basic education in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao, assisting over 61,000 junior and senior high school students for the school year 2023 to 2024. In accelerating the delivery of basic education services, governance is key, and change must start from within. With the establishment of the procurement strand last year, we have awarded 288 projects in the amount of 11.701 billion pesos. Likewise, for the first time in its history, DepEd received an unqualified or unmodified opinion from the Commission on Audit based on its 2022 annual audit report. We shall continue to uphold this good practice to sustain a transparent, accountable, and effective Department of Education. We are committed to taking good care of our learners. The past year, we have placed great emphasis on schools being a safe space for our children. We continue to strengthen the mechanism in safeguarding our learners against all forms of violence, discrimination, and dangers. Our approach has always been twofold: prevention and response. We have placed preventive measures by establishing functional child protection committees that can teach our learners to recognize violence, exploitation, and sexual abuse. Furthermore, 1,017 teen centers were reactivated for health resources and referral. With the help of partners, we have also launched online resource and referral programs, such as the Lusog Isip Kabataan Education and Malaya Akong Maging, or I Choose campaign. Through the promotion of alternative delivery modes, we were able to decrease the total number of dropouts due to teenage pregnancy and early marriage by 88.85%. We also conducted the first Learners Convergence and launched the learner-led and learner-authored Learners Declaration for the Matatag Agenda. In our efforts to respond to incidents of abuse in our schools, we established our DepEd Telesave hotline. So far, the Learner Rights and Protection Office has resolved 178 cases of child abuse. We likewise provided psychosocial first aid, or PFA, to learners and personnel affected by armed conflict and trained 10,000 personnel to conduct PFA. Likewise, 400,000 personnel were given orientation on mental health and psychological support system. We also made sure that no student is left behind. Persons living with medical conditions and teen mothers were kept in school through alternative delivery modes. The welfare of our learners comes hand in hand with the promotion of inclusivity in our schools. We have strengthened the indigenous people's content in the curriculum. We have developed policies on individualized instruction and the institutionalization of Filipino Sign Language, or FSL. Additionally, we conducted a language and inclusion summit to identify key action points moving forward on achieving inclusion and respect for language and cultural diversity in basic education programs. We have also taken the initiative to develop an alternative learning system, or ALS, micro certification advocacy and communication plan, complete with ready-to-use materials for ALS learners, ALS implementers, and employers. Aside from these resources, we have also created learning delivery guides for Arabic language and Islamic values education, or alive classes, lesson exemplars on literacy integration in alive instruction, and formative assessment resources for the madrasa education program to guarantee effective implementation of the inclusion programs. Nutrition and proper hygiene also play a vital role in the development of our learners. For our school-based feeding program, we have returned to 120 days for the regular feeding components and 43 days for the milk component. This is a significant increase from the 60 days of regular feeding during the pandemic. Engaging in sports is also vital to learners' holistic development. We also provided 1,036 schools with sports supplies, materials, and equipment under the Sports Supplies and Equipment Enhancement and Distribution Program. 2023 was also the year we brought back the Palarong Pambansa, fostering values of sportsmanship and camaraderie among our student athletes across the nation. We gave support to our teachers to teach better. Firstly, we provided additional staffing complement in schools through the creation of 9,659 new teaching positions, 3,500 administrative officer 2 positions, and 1,500 project development officer 1 positions. For professional development, we partnered with CIMEO, to provide strategic thinking and innovation training to 2,378 school leaders, apart from various learning and professional development interventions that were organized. We likewise extended our training and scholarship programs to Indigenous Peoples Education, or IPED, and Special Needs Education, or SNED teachers, respectively, in our bid towards innovative, responsive, and inclusive teaching approaches. Teacher welfare will always be at the forefront of our agenda. We purchased programs to Indigenous Peoples Education, or IPED, and Special Needs Education, or SNED teachers, respectively, in our bid towards innovative, responsive, and inclusive teaching approaches. Teacher welfare will always be at the forefront of our agenda. We purchased personal accident insurance from the GSIS for all DepEd teachers and personnel. The insurance cover seeks to ease the financial burden on our teachers when accidents occur. We commenced the registration of teachers and employees to the PhilHealth Consulta package, and soon they will be able to avail of free medical consultations and free selected laboratory and diagnostic testing in accredited DepEd clinics. We also lowered the hardship index cutoff for the special hardship allowance. As a result, an additional 16,532 teachers in 1,812 schools were made eligible to receive the special hardship allowance. Lastly, we have already engaged the World Bank to provide us with a study on teacher salary. Ito ang daang tinatahak natin sa taong 2023. Ang lahat ng ito ay hindi gawa ng iisang tao o iilan lamang. All we have done so far was made possible by the collective efforts of the approximately 900,000 strong DepEd team. I would like to take this moment to thank my DepEd family. There are no big or small roles sa ating mga guro, sa ating mga personnel, sa central office, sa regional offices, sa schools division offices, at sa ating mga paaralan. Daghang salamat kaninyong tanan.